For those of you all who don't know me, I am Dr. Joy Smith. I am the Vice President of Compliance here at Wakanda and a proud Wakandapreneur. So excited to share the information that we have to give to our people, to all people, about the health, wealth, legacy, and freedom that comes from the cannabis plant. So let's go ahead and get right into it. We're talking about Wakanda. When we talk about Wakanda, it's not just a business. It's not just a building that popped up on 35th Street that happens to look very nice on the inside, if I do say so myself. Wakanda is a movement. And our vision is that we exist to end the negative stigma that's caused communities around the world to suffer and lose out on the health and wealth benefits of the cannabis plant. We're the catalyst to stir that movement. We are the catalyst to inspire people to confidently move into the legal cannabis space, whether they want to be entrepreneurs, formulators, investors, making sure that they have the courage, strength, and knowledge, I like to add that piece, knowledge to take back their health, wealth, legacy, and freedom. I know we all have people who have been on the wrong side of the law when it comes to cannabis, and there are so many benefits to this plant health-wise as well as wealth-wise that we want to make sure that the masses know. All right, so we are so grateful for our 4 co-founders. These are our pillars, our health, wealth, legacy, and freedom pillars. We have Dr. Rita J. McGuire, who is our Chief Medical Officer. She's been an OBGYN for over 30 years. She's even transitioning into the wound care space. She is all things health, wellness. She testified in front of the governor for the legalization and taxation of adult use cannabis. So she's been in this life for a while and really advocating to her patients and letting her patients know about the health and wealth benefits of the cannabis plant. Patricia Van Pelt, she is our Chief Financial Officer. I often call her our mindset guru because she always gets our mind right on our calls, on our training. She always makes sure that we have a wealth mindset, a mindset that's set up for success. Melissa Boston, our CEO. I don't think any of these women sleep, but I know for sure Melissa doesn't. And she still maintains her health. She still maintains her legacy. She still maintains being that vision for our company. She is an amazing woman. She is a mother, an entrepreneur, a boss, just all of those things. And Phyllis Nash, our Chief Sales Officer, we call it our fabulous Phyllis Nash, our midwife, because she helps to birth all of the possibilities that we can ever think of when it comes to running our Wakanda business. So again, here's the roll call. I said it a couple times when we first started, but here's the roll call. Who are you? Let us know who invited you. Let us know if you're a distributor. Let us know if you're a guest. Let us know if you're just here to learn more information. We welcome you all. Now let's talk about our medical advisory board. We have several different people from several different medical disciplines all coming together to make sure that their patients, their family members, their friends know so much about the cannabis plant and how it can benefit not only our bodies, but our minds, benefit the economics, benefit everything that we have been kept out of. So we have all of our medical advisory board members. You may see somebody you recognize on there, but we work very hard to not only educate our colleagues, but to educate our family members, our friends, and let them know that the cannabis plant is not something that should be shied away from, but rather embraced. All right, so let's talk about why we're able to even have a CBD company. We have the Farm Bill of 2018, and put very simply, you can read this slide, but put very simply, the Farm Bill of 2018 said that any CBD that comes from the hemp species of the cannabis plant is able to be sold, cultivated, and consumed in all 50 states, just as long as it has 0.3% of THC or less. So that is the legal limit. Don't let anybody tell you that CBD is weed. Don't let anybody tell you that CBD is illegal, because it can be consumed in all 50 states with that 0.3% of THC or less. Now, if you know, like I know, you've gone into a Walgreens, a CVS, a Oscar, wherever there are magazines, and you've been seeing this cannabis industry booming. There's cannabis leaves plastered on the front of these magazines. You're seeing cannabis and CBD shops popping up everywhere. This industry is booming. And it's so important that we're able to get in on this industry in the way that we are, because it's gone from illegal to now essential. You see publications like BuzzFeed News talking about the equity component of the cannabis industry, talking about how Black people are being shut out of this boom. We're talking about how CBD became the unexpected star of legalized pot in Rolling Stone, and that's a pretty prominent magazine. So you see that this is no longer taboo. This is no longer something that's kept on the hush. This is the industry that's booming, and it's illegal, went from illegal to now essential. So this CBD revenue in billions. We talk about this 20 billion by 2024, but with Wakanda approaching, if not passing, $7 billion since 2019, I'm 7 billion. Oh, I'm speaking it into existence. $7 million since 2019. I know Wakanda is playing a role in an even larger effort that's going to surpass that $20 billion. But right now, the CBD market is projected to be 20 billion by 2024. And the reason why we're saying that Wakanda is going to play a big part in this is because we're already participating in billion-dollar industries. Of course, the CBD industry, that goes without saying, because we are the crown jewel of CBD. But we're in a ton of other industries as well: hair care, skin care, essential oils, weight loss, wellness, and immune. And you'll be able to see some of those products that I'm going to show you, some old, some new, some of those products that I'm going to show you in the following slides. So before we get there may be some guests here. There may be some people that are saying, hey, Dr. Joy, this is great. I just came because my cousin invited me, but I really don't know what CBD is. So let's break it down a little bit. CBD stands for cannabidiol. CBD is the short form of cannabidiol, and it's a compound that naturally occurs in industrial hemp. Now, there's more than 85 different cannabinoids, but we're going to focus on 2 right now, the 2 that usually get interchanged so much, and they don't need to be once you have the right knowledge. So your CBD is going to be the second most common. The first most common cannabinoid is THC, or delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol. Now, for right now, you don't have to remember that long word, but you do have to remember that there are differences between THC, which is one of the primary components in marijuana plant, and CBD. CBD is non-psychotropic. CBD gives you the health without the high. THC can give you some of that psychotropic effect, sometimes the hallucination, sometimes the euphoria. So you just want to keep that in mind, that there are differences. Now, also keep in mind that Wakanda is a company that you can trust. We feature full spectrum and broad spectrum products, organic methods of growing the crops that our products come from, and we are third-party tested by some of the best labs in the country. I participate in sending out some of the COAs for our products, and we know that we are working with quality companies who are making sure that we are compliant in all aspects. Our products are grown in accordance with Section 7606 of the 2018 Farm Bill, and we are fully compliant with the State Department of Agriculture. See, our co-founders knew that they wanted to have a quality company that was the most reputable CBD and cannabis company in the world. So we're starting from the ground level and starting with that quality so that we never compromise it as we go up. Now let's talk about learning and unlearning. I told you THC and CBD are components of the cannabis plant, but they do have some differences, and I wanted you all to get that information about what those differences are. So THC has the psychoactive effects versus CBD, which is non-intoxicating. It's not psychoactive. THC stimulates receptors in the brain's pleasure center. We have some stimulation on the CBD side as well in the brain, but it's stimulating receptors that regulate pain, perception, anxiety, nausea, and some other parts of components of the brain. It's releasing a higher than normal level of dopamine, THC does, and it creates that high. However, CBD has some medical applications, and we're going to see some more on the next slide, specifically anti-inflammatory and pain relief. So in addition to those 2 major components, we're going to see some other components that are going to really let you know how much CBD is leading the charge when it comes to the cannabinoids. So if we look at these leaves that are in each of the columns, right? The leaves in the THC column indicate the benefits of the THC component. So we're looking at reducing pain, reducing nausea and vomiting, improving muscle spasms. And then you go over to the CBD column and you see almost all of those boxes have leaves in them. We're talking about pain relief. We're talking about being an anti-proliferative, meaning having anti-tumor properties or stopping those cells that are splitting when you have cancer from proliferating or splitting apart. We're talking about helping with seizures, antibacterial, protecting the nervous system, anti-inflammatory. I mean, the list goes on and on. So the take-home point is CBD is leading that charge. So it's no surprise that CBD is going to be in the $20 billion range by 2024. It's no surprise that we're using CBD and finding new advancements all the time in our research and our peer-reviewed articles. So anytime, I would encourage you, anytime you have a question about CBD, you can listen to us. We're healthcare professionals on the medical advisory board. You can listen to the person that invited you because they've gone to their certification and they know what they're talking about. But you may want to do your own research, and you can go to PubMed, you can go to your favorite search engine and pull up the scholarly articles on CBD and how it impacts different disease states. And if you need to look at a video because you need to see and hear things, Dr. Rita has a playlist of all of the different videos talking about CBD in particular disease states. So those are ones that you can either get from the person that invited you, or we can post that in the chat at the end. Now, the endocannabinoid system, some of you all may know, some of you all may not. And I know when I was in school, I was not taught about the endocannabinoid system. Nobody taught me in pharmacy school. Nobody taught Dr. Rita in medical school. And tons of our other medical advisory board members let us know that they were not taught about the endocannabinoid system. And if they were, it was a very small portion. But if you have a spinal cord, you have an endocannabinoid system. And there are receptors in all of these areas that you see on the computer that really help to bring the body back in balance, bring the body back in homeostasis. And they're looking for cannabinoids to come into those areas, come into those receptors, and really restore that balance that we're looking for. So the heart, the teeth, the kidneys, the liver, the brain, the lungs, pretty much any place you can think of, there is an endocannabinoid receptor looking for cannabinoids, whether they're endogenous, ones that we already create, or whether they're exogenous, ones that we put into our bodies. And speaking of the exogenous cannabinoids, we can get exogenous cannabinoids from all of our products. So whether you're talking about our edibles, our tinctures, our smokables, our hair products, or whether you're talking about some of our body care products, our flat belly gummies, all of these things have exogenous cannabinoids that we can then bring into our bodies to bring our bodies back in homeostasis. So let's kind of break it down by the categories of products that we have. Again, we talked about how we're in tons of different industries, whether it's weight loss, wellness and immune, hair care, essential oils, skin care, CBD. We have something for all of it. So I like this slide because it kind of sums up the products that I use on a regular basis, but it sums up what it looks like to layer products or to use different products together to get more of a maximum benefit. So for instance, for me, I experience very, very bad cramps around my time of the month, right? And I have no problem being transparent about that. But when I do, I remember when I first became a Wakandapreneur, I used to take my Tylenol, my ibuprofen, all the time. And I remembered that I had my products when I first became a Wakandapreneur. And I said, you know what? Let me go try. Worst case scenario, if it doesn't work, or so I thought, I'll go grab my Tylenol. I'll go grab my ibuprofen. So I used my tincture. I started with 3 drops in the morning. And I did 3 drops in the evening also, but sometimes I would increase the amount of drops depending on my pain level. I would do a gummy at night before I was about to go to sleep because it really helped that restful sleep. And if I needed extra support during the day, I would do what we call our broad spectrum gummies. And I'll tell you the difference between the broad spectrum and the full spectrum in a minute. But the broad spectrum, I did that so that I wouldn't have any drowsiness during the day. And then the pain cream. It's one of our top sellers right now, but it has truly, truly helped in terms of being able to rub that on my abdomen. So you see that I talked about 3 different products. Talking about those 3 different products, I like to layer them because sometimes when you have severe pain or intense pain or something that you're trying to deal with, just one product may not work. You may need to add multiple products together to really get that synergistic effect that you're looking for. And again, everyone's different. You want to make sure that you start low, go slow, and increase as you need with our products. But I have not had an issue. I don't even know where my Tylenol is. I don't know where my ibuprofen is in my house. And again, if you are someone that likes to layer products as well, we have our pre-rolls or our flower where you can inhale or smoke the actual CBD. And that will allow you to experience relief within 1 to 5 minutes because it's one of the fastest ways to get CBD into your bloodstream. Now, of course, if you have any breathing conditions, if you have any asthma, COPD, bronchitis, or what have you, I don't encourage that you smoke because that can exacerbate those issues. However, if that's not a concern of yours, then the smokable products could be helpful ways to get the CBD into your bloodstream quickly. whether it's acute anxiety, whether it's acute pain. It's going to be very helpful for those things. Now, you heard me talk about broad spectrum and full spectrum. And I'm going to go on right here. Let me see what's here. Okay. So you heard me talk about broad spectrum and full spectrum. Broad spectrum is going to come in our white bottles. And let me go back to the slide. Broad spectrum is going to have our white labels. Our white labels means that there's less than 0.0% of THC. So it's such a negligible amount that, one, it won't show up on a drug test, but it won't have the effects that THC can have. When you go over to our full spectrum products, that's going to have a black label. Our black label is the 0.3% of THC or less. So still the legal limit, still not going to be intoxicating or anything like that. Some people might experience a little bit of drowsiness or what have you, but again, everybody's different. Now, this could potentially show up on a drug test. It is a small amount. It's not going to intoxicate you by any means, but I do want you to pay attention to the fact that everybody metabolizes THC differently. So that's why we just give the disclaimer, especially if you have concerns with random drug screens at your job. We want you to know that there's still a way for you to consume or to experience the benefits of CBD without having a threat to your drug screens at work. So if the drug screens at work are an issue, again, you can go and seek out our broad spectrum products. So let's keep moving down the line here. All right, so our gummies. Our gummies are another one of our top sellers, and gummies are wonderful, to be honest. We have our broad spectrum or pure gummies. Those are going to be the ones that have the less than 0.0% of THC. We have our power gummies. Our full spectrum gummies are going to have the 0.3% of THC or less. Now, the Delta 8 gummies here, our Delta 8 gummies are going to be, this caution symbol does not mean that you need to be alarmed. It means that you just need to be aware. Our Delta 8 gummies are like a close cousin to Delta 9 THC. So if you are sensitive to Delta 9 THC or what the active component is in the marijuana plant, then you may be sensitive to this one as well. It can have some similar effects. So just make sure that, again, if you have random drug screens at your job, one, or if you're sensitive to Delta 9 THC, this may not be the one that you can indulge in, but there may be someone else in your life or somebody else that you can notify about it. It does help, it's helped people with sleep, to my knowledge. Some of my people have told me, help with sleep, help with relaxation, help with creativity. I've heard it helps with sex drive as well. So there are some interesting things that the Delta 8 THC can do. And you want to make sure that, of course, you start low, go slow. And again, if you want to learn the more scientific background behind Delta 8 THC, then go ahead and go to your favorite search engine. Research what Delta 8 THC, how it affects different things. And you can also go on to Dr. Rita's playlist and see what she has to talk about Delta 8 THC, because she has a whole segment on it, as well as a couple other corresponding segments. Now, speaking of sex drive, we have our King of the Jungle gummies. King of the Jungle is a gummy that we have for increasing that libido, increasing the stamina, increasing the performance. There's not just CBD in these gummies, but there is also some Panax ginseng. There's also some other things that help to increase circulation to the genitalia, as well as increase that sex drive. So there's something for everyone in our gummy category. We talked about our smokable products. I did mention to you that our smokable products get into your bloodstream within 1 to 5 minutes. So anything that you need to address from an acute perspective really quickly, I got to take care of it. 1 to 5 minutes, and you can use our smokables for that reason. Our healthy hair, I heard Dr. Smith-Dotree talk about our healthy hair products, from our hemp-powered hair to our SOS hair care system. The shampoo, awesome. The conditioner, awesome. The leave-in detangler, it made mommy days when I have to do my daughter's hair much, much easier. The styling cream, and of course the Ooh body oil that can be applied to the whole body. Of course, if you have any sensitivities on your skin, that's with anything, even if it's a plain product. Test the small patch of your skin just to see if you have any sensitivities, and if you don't, I suggest that you get this Ooh body oil and lather it all over your skin. Nice shine, amazing smell, and very, very moisturizing for the skin, as well as the hair. Now, these seasonings have caused fights in my house, because when they're gone and I'm not notified and I don't have any more, I get quite angry. Okay, so our seasonings are absolutely spectacular. We have our culinary plus oil that you can put in your brownies or your cookies or what have you. If you're making edibles and you're selling them for whatever reason, you will be able to perhaps have an upcharge because you have that extra CBD component. The water soluble is not only good for culinary things like making dishes that where you want to incorporate something that's water soluble, but say you have a family member that needs the benefits of CBD, but they're not going to hold the tincture under their tongue for 30 to 60 seconds before swallowing. They're not going to remember not to eat for about 15 to 20 minutes after they take the tincture. So you are able to put this into their juice, their coffee, their sodas, whatever they're drinking, to make sure that they're getting that dose of CBD into their system. So there's so many ways that you can incorporate CBD both into your diet and into your regular wellness regimen, but you just have to start low, go slow, and increase as you need so that you find your individual sweet spot. Now, essential oils. For those of you all who don't know, that was my first love. Before I found Wakanda and Wakanda found me, I became a certified aromatherapist, and I had just been fascinated with how plants can yield such powerful oils, can yield such powerful healing power. Am I saying that essential oils and CBD cures every illness, every problem? Absolutely not. We are not claiming cure. We are not claiming treatment. We are just talking about how essential oils and CBD are able to assist with some of the wellness challenges that we may be having. And I really feel like these essential oils that are listed here, our co-founders had healing in mind, because each one of these has particular healing components that, again, you are able to look up, but you're also able to see the tons of videos that we've done on our products, and it will really give you a comprehensive overview. And out of respect for time, I don't want to give you all the details here. They'll really give you a comprehensive overview about lemon oil, about the different oils, about how eucalyptus and tea tree can really help to open up the nasal passage, open up the lung cavity, peppermint oil, how it can help with aches and pains, black seed oil, how it can do everything, frankincense, how it can really be used for grounding and those types of things. So awesome and amazing oils that we are going to, or that you can dive into in some of our other videos and in some other research that you may do. Now, we have another component of Wakanda, our flat belly lifestyle. If you want to join, please talk to the person that invited you, and also go to flatbellylifestyle.com. You can sign up. It will send you all of the details that you need to know. And you can also join the call on Sundays at 6 p.m. Central Time. The flat belly lifestyle is geared toward making sure that everybody starts not even only their year off, but keeps their life in a constant state of wellness. We have Dr. Eric Prince, who has really been educating us on how food can really, really change and alter the trajectory of how your life goes, how your wellness journey goes. So again, if you would like to learn how to eat for your blood type, if you'd like to be a part of our Flat Belly Challenge, please head over to flatbellylifestyle.com and you will be able to get all of the information that you need. Again, there are 3 phases. The first phase was the flat belly part that we went through before, the flat belly lifestyle that we've had since the beginning, plant focused. Phase 2 is plant-based, and then phase 3 is going to be a plant-based intensive detox that we are going into starting in January. All right, and that's just kind of detailing the 21-day cleanse that we will be starting on January 2nd. So again, get with the person that invited you. Make sure they give you information about that flat belly lifestyle call on the Sundays at 6 p.m. and that you are tuned into flatbellylifestyle.com to get all of your questions answered. These are some of the cleanse materials that we're going to be using during that detox. So just stay tuned and make sure you get all of that information that you need. Now, we talked about sex drive with CBD, and one of the things that CBD is really good at is helping to increase blood flow. We know that when blood flow is increased to the genitalia, then the sex drive can increase, the sexual experience can increase. And so we have products catered to that too. Again, products for everybody for various situations, whether it's our body butters or our gummies or our lube. We make sure that we have something for everybody, and we have some of those CBD ingredients as well as other supplements that are going to really increase that stamina, increase that drive. So now, we talked about this before, but I just want to make sure that you understand we are not here to say that CBD cures or treats or mitigates anything. We want you to understand that we're talking about the effects and how it can assist with, how it can help with different ailments that we might be dealing with. We don't sell our products to anybody under 18, and our vaping products, we don't sell to anybody under the age of 21. Please consult your doctor. If CBD is something that you've been thinking about, it's something that you've been kind of wrestling with, I don't know if I want to use it, but you finally come to the thought process that you want to because you've encountered Wakanda and you said, hey, this is a quality company. I love the products. I want to incorporate this into my wellness regimen. Don't be shy about telling your doctor. Make sure that your doctor is looped in on everything that you're doing so that they can create a comprehensive plan for you that can include the CBD that you desire. So yeah, just wanted to give those disclaimers, make sure that you understand them, and make sure that if you have any questions or if you have any bans in your states with regard to laws, make sure that you're observing those laws properly. Now, at this point, there's usually 3 types of people. I want to let everybody know that there are 3 types of people here in this call. There's somebody that supports, there's somebody that wants to host a party, and there's somebody that wants to be a Wakanapreneur. If you would just give me a few moments of your time, I can just let you know how all of those people fit in. If you are interested, I will go forward. If you are not and you just want to go on and buy the products from someone that invited you out, I feel free to release you so that you can go on their website and go buy one of everything, right? So if you'd like to hear a little bit about the opportunity with Wakanda, let's go forward. So we're going to talk about the person number 1. Person number 1 is a customer. You were invited by myself. We're just going to use me. Dr. Joy invited you and you said, you know what, Dr. Joy, I enjoy these products. I might have a couple of questions for you later on, but I really want to go to your website. Go to that person's website, whoever it was that invited you. Go to their website, again, buy one of everything. But if you buy some things and they may not necessarily resonate with you, or they do, and you want to share with other people, feel free to continue to spread the word, because we are all about education. We are all about making sure that people know that the stigma that has been placed against the cannabis plant is one that needs to be abolished. We need to understand, we need to educate ourselves, we need to learn and unlearn, because that is the only way that we're going to prosper. So person number 2, you might want to host a party. You might want to have one of the Wakanapreneurs that you met, or someone that invited you on the call tonight, or even if you're a Wakanapreneur yourself, you may want to host a party. Somebody hosts a party for you and can earn free product. You can talk about how to incorporate CBD into your foods, your drinks, how you can become a wealthy Wakanapreneur, how you can become someone who is immersed in the cannabis business and making that economic impact in your community. And if you're person number 3, you're the person that sees the opportunity, that wants to earn income in this way. And again, if you are person number 1 and number 2, I'll release you now to go to the website. But if you're person number 3, just give me a few more moments of your time, and I will go ahead and explain to you how you can have the opportunity with Wakanda, because we are in one of the biggest businesses that you're going to see in your lifetime, in all of our lifetimes. So again, there are 7 ways to earn income. We'll touch on a few of them this evening, but there's 7 ways to earn income with Wakanda. The first is our full crown jewel dispensary, which happens to be our best value. It's a $2,000 value, including all the educational material that you need and products, but you have your party plan pack, which you'll see in a couple of slides. Personal use dispensaries are some of our most popular products. A broker key activation, which allows you to give out as many free websites as you'd like to. You have your own free website, and when people join you in business, they'll have their own free website as well. 2 Wakanda University certifications. So we don't just leave you out here to the wolves, right? When you become a Wakanapreneur, there is a certification process that you can go through every month to continue to learn, continue to update yourself, continue to jog your memory around the business of CBD. And around all of our products. You have a lot of different things with regard to our levels and our ranking that we'll get into in more detail, but you become a sapphire for 6 months. You're paid as a sapphire for 6 months. If you bring someone into the business with the full crown jewel dispensary, you get $200. So there are bonuses paid down 7 levels, and that's going to be important, and I'll let you know why in a few slides. Now, we were talking about those party plan packs, and in the party plan pack, not only do you get products, not only do you get recipes, not only do you get invitations, you get scripts. Some people get scared to have their own business, to start their own thing, because they're like, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to present on these presentations like I've seen before. But we have scripts for you, and there's no harm with having a little notes to look at, because that just suggests that you wanted to let your people know that you knew what you were talking about and you wanted to give them all the information that they needed. So have no fear about having scripts. Just make sure that you have those in front of you and your party will go smoothly. So we talked about Wakanda University certifications. Now, what is that? Wakanda University is where our leaders get on and they teach. So Dr. Rita does everything that you need to know about CBD. You have Melissa talking about social media marketing. Phyllis talking about building a customer base. We have Dr. Pat giving us mindset information. We talk about compliance, about compensation, money and edibles, cannabis investing, essential oils. We give all of the information, and the recordings are available afterwards so that you always have that to refer back to. And then monthly, until you're just not a Wakandapreneur anymore, you can feel free to log into those to continue to jog your memory, to get the updates in the cannabis industry. There's no shortage of education here, and there's no reason why you won't know what you need to know. Now, you may say, Dr. Joy, $9.98, too steep, and I'm just gonna close my video so you can see everything. $9.98 is too steep. I can't do it. I can't pay it in 2 payments, can't pay it in 1. So we have what we call our starter packs, which is either our millennial or stimulus dispensary pack. You're still getting $200 in retail products. You're still getting a broker key activation. There's only 1 Wakanda University admission. And then there are still bonuses paid down to a few levels when you are using the starter packs. Now you may say paid down to 7 levels, $4 to $20. I mean, that's nothing. But $4 to $20 paid down to 7 levels is only if you're talking about 1 person that you brought into the business. If you're bringing multiple people, you can multiply that $4 to $20 by as many people as you'd like to bring along with you for the ride. So if you do sponsor somebody that gets one of these dispensaries, you will earn $40. So there's all types of opportunities to gain income. And again, we're only talking about a few of the 7 ways to earn income, but just know that there are multiple streams. And that is going to be $219.95. Now, when we're talking about your online store, there's 20 to 50% in profits. And as far as using your online store, you can earn money without holding inventory in your garage, having boxes stacked up or what have you. You can send everyone to your website unless you just want to have product on you. Affordable, natural, and organic products. I talked to you in the beginning about how we work with some of the best labs in the country, and we want to make sure that everybody gets a quality experience. So affordable, natural, and organic. How often do you see those 3 in the same sentence, right? Free shipping with a $50 order or more. Our CEO was generous during the pandemic and she kept that going. Free shipping with $50 orders or more. And then if money is an issue, you can do a 30-day free test drive. Get your website, send people to your website. Use the commission that you're getting from those sales that people are buying from your website, just knowing that on that 31st day, you have to make a decision. Do you want to go ahead and upgrade to one of the packages that includes the Wakanda University certification and it includes product, or do you want to just get a certification a la carte for $199? My personal suggestion, a package would give you the certification and the product, so that way you can be a product of the product and then share it with people. So it just gives you a great value, but again, it's totally up to you. Getting certified within 30 days ensures that you are not only compliant, but you are understanding what it is that you are sharing with your friends and family members. So let's talk about the broker retail overrides. When you bring other people into your business, you're earning from their earnings. You're earning from the things that you do. And what Robert Kiyosaki says is important. He said the richest people in the world look for and build networks. Everybody else looks for work. So a network that's allowing you to capitalize and make multiple streams of income is one that is amazing in my book, because you're not doing the work all by yourself. Your network, your network of people is all about making sure that you are gaining your multiple streams. And it's an amazing opportunity to be able to gather with people and make sure that you build your team and build it in a way where you all win. Okay, so Wakanda, why are we different? Wakanda says no to huge startup fees. We don't have website hosting fees. Our compensation plans are designed for everybody to win, designed for the average person to come in, learn what they need to learn, share what they need to share, be a product of their own products and make it to the top. Wherever your top is, however you want to work, you work your business the way that you work it. You do your business with your life. It's no high shipping costs, no quotas that you have to meet, no balancing of legs for those of you that know about the balancing and other network marketing situations. But what we do say yes to, I would venture to say 6-star, not even just 5-star customer support, shared revenue pools, a business that you can will to your friends and family members, unlimited income potential, being your own boss, more time with your family, and a balanced compensation plan. Now, I mean, there's an opportunity for everyone, whether you're still working, whether you're retired and you said, I want to pick up something that I can do for myself, whether you want to turn this into a full-time, or whether you just want to share with friends and family and buy your own products. There's no limit to what it is that you can do here at Wakanda. And what I'm really, really grateful for is that we have 4 women who were the Harriet Tubmans in this industry, in my opinion. They went to prepare a place for us where we could be the average people walking into this space and walking into a space where we can not only take back our health, but we take back our wealth, our legacy, and freedom. So that is how Wakanda is different. That is what we bring to you. And these are the 3 ways to get started. Again, this is what we talked about. We talked about our full crown jewel dispensary. That's either 1 payment of $9.98 or 2 payments, well, split in half. Half now and half in 30 days. Then we talked about our starter packs, talked about our starter packs, our millennial and stimulus packs that do include product, that do include the Wakanda University certification. And then we talked about our 30-day test drive. If money is an issue, but you see the vision and you would like to have your own online CBD dispensary to share all of this information with your people, feel free to do a 30-day test drive. Remembering on the 31st day, you got to make a decision. Do you want to upgrade to a package or just pay a la carte for your certification? So with that being said, I want to come out of here and stop my share. And I want to see if there's any questions, see if anybody has anything that they need to know. If you have questions and you can't really think of them right now, I can feel free to put my information into the chat box. And that way you can send me an email if you need. But I just do want to say thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for coming to listen. Thank you for just opening your mind to the world of CBD, opening your mind to this booming industry that's going to be the biggest one that we see in our lifetime. Oh, Larice, thank you so much. Welcome to all our distributors, far and wide. I see we have a distributor in Louisiana, Edra. Welcome, welcome. Louisiana is one of my favorite places to be. Oh, my Mitchell, good to see you too. Should the herbs and tincture be added? Avita, can you ask your question in a different way? You said, should the herbs and tincture be added? Tell me what you mean by that, please. Before or after cooking? So I'm going to answer what I think that you're asking. And if it's not what you're asking, then you can clear it up for me. So if we're using any of the tinctures, you want to use the ones that are culinary tinctures. So if you're adding it to food and it's like an oil base or a fat base, you can use the culinary tincture because those are going to be working together. If you're having anything that's liquid based or water based, like oatmeal or a drink or something like that, you can add the tincture in, the water soluble tincture into that. As far as the herbs are concerned, if you're talking about the herbs from the cleanse that I showed, the best time to ask that question would be on the Sunday calls with Dr. Prince or emailing support@Wakanda, and he can probably give you a direct answer. But I hope I answered some of your questions. If I didn't, then you can, I can type in my email and we can talk offline so that I can make sure if I don't know the answer, I can get it right to you. Oh, Bernadine, thank you so much. Okay, I answered your question, great. So even though I did, here's my email in case you have any further questions or in case anybody else does. Elizabeth Ann Thompson, thank you so much. I miss y'all. I haven't been on the presentation in a while, but I know the other ladies that have been presenting have really been doing a great job. So I know you all have had no shortage of pertinent information. Let's see what we got here. Absolutely, Yolanda, I'm the same way. Hearing more than once helps me. That's why I said if anybody has seen Dr. Rita's videos on all of the different health conditions that CBD can assist with. Hearing it in different ways, hearing it about different subjects really does help to reinforce the information. Absolutely. Okay, so if no one has any more questions, again, if you don't have questions that you can think of right now, but you think of them later, please feel free to email me. My email is drjoy@wakanda.com. Again, shout out to Dr. Smith Dotry for an amazing presentation prior to mine. I thought she would have come up on the panel side, but I see she's on the guest side. So just wanted to give her that shout out really quick. And if there are no further questions, I bid you all good evening. I hope to see you all soon on Zoom or in person if we can. And everybody have a great week. Be well and be safe. Oh, thank you, everyone. Be well and be safe. We will talk to you soon. Good night.